Hey, what's up, guys? This is Joe. In this video, I'm going to go through the Monday Night Football game for Week 16 using my Spreadsheet tool to build 150 lineups or so for Fanduel for the single game slate for the Patriots and the Bills. But before I get into it, I just want to mention I'm using my spreadsheet from all my spreadsheet tools for optimize from lineup optimizers. So if you want to check them out, you can go to www.optimizelineups.com. And I also have a video course, which is about 8 or 9 hours of videos on using spreadsheets for daily fantasy. And you can check that out also at spreadsheetschooldfs.com. I'll have the links for both of these down below the video. So let's just get right into building these lineups here. So I already copied the Fanduel salary export into here. So now we got all our players here with their salaries, and this is where we're going to pick players based on exposure, which is how much we want to use them in our lineups, and then it'll spit out whatever lineups that we want. So I'm going to build 150 for Fanduel tonight. I've been playing that. I've just been playing the cheap lineups, either the 25 cents or 5 cents, but it's still pretty fun. So let's build these. So for the MVP, obviously we just want the highest scoring guy. It's not like DraftKings where their salary goes up. So quarterback's usually a popular play. So I want to go 50% Josh Allen. Diggs, I'm going to put some Diggs up there. And Cam Newton, I'll put a 30. So, and it tells you what your percentage is here. So 100%. It doesn't have to add up to exactly 100%. This is just kind of for reference. If it's up to 120, the system will still prioritize and kind of proportion it all out. So I don't think there's anybody else I really want to focus on for MVP here. Obviously, there could be some players in there. No, I mean someone could break it big, but in this game, I'm thinking it's I'm gonna go with these three guys. So now we're gonna do flex. And just to run through and pick our players. And Josh Allen, I want to get him as many lineups as I can, so I'm going to put him 40% flex, so I should get him in at least 2/3 of the lineups. Now, these percentages that I'm putting are not going to always be 100% correct. You got to get a good mix of high, medium, and low guys in order to get it to work. So I'm going to start going through, and there's a couple questionable plays in here, which we'll get to in a minute, which could affect some different things. But Diggs will be playing. Diggs will be pretty popular. Get him on 30%. Cam Newton, of course, is always a good play, especially with his running upside. Cole Beasley, this is where one of the questionable. John Brown is still on the IR, but there's rumors that he might be coming off the IR today, so we'll know that later on. If he plays, then he's at $5,000. He's in the minimum salary down here, but also it'll affect Cole Beasley because Beasley plays better when John Brown is out. So for now, I'm going to put 35% for Beasley, but they may switch a bit. I mean, he's still a good play even with John Brown plays. Plus, we don't know how much he's going to play, but they could make it pretty interesting. Damian Harris is another questionable player. I'm just putting 5% for now. I'm going to run the lineups, but then I'm going to wait just a little bit before I upload them. Just to see if I hear any more news. But if Damian Harris doesn't play, then Sony Michel will be a pretty good play because he's a little lower salary there. Singletary and Moss are almost interchangeable on who's going to have a big game. I want 25% each of them. Jacoby Myers, he was hot early in the year, cooled off a little bit, but then he's been playing good again. So let's do 40% of him. Edelman, nope, not playing. Michel. Again, I don't know if he's playing, but even if he's playing, I'm not going to get a ton of him. It's just 23%. Bird's a hit and miss guy. He's been playing pretty well lately. Let's see, Tyler Bass, just in case it ends up being a low scoring game. You never know. Bass kicked 6 field goals in one game earlier this year, so let's get 20% of him. James White could be decent. Now we just have to get guys who potentially could have good games. Gabe Davis, let's put him in some lineups. N'Keal Harry. Nick Folk, he's questionable too. So that's the third one I want to watch. So I'm just gonna put 10% for now. Dawson Knox, I kind of like this play because he's really cheap, and he's been getting quite a bit of looks when he's lately. So I want to put 30% of him. McKenzie, he could always get in for a touchdown. Now we're just looking for some guys who can maybe get a touchdown, so we can fit the big guys in. No Taylor. Lee Smith, he could always catch a random touchdown, 5,500. Just put a few percent in there. Let's see. Stidham, 5% on the backup quarterback, just in case. We've seen it already a couple times where I think when Newton's been hurt and they pulled him, put Stidham in, either hurt or just sucked. So 5% for a couple lineups, why not? And let's find John Brown down here. There we go, John Brown. I'm gonna put 40%. Obviously, if we end up he stays on the IR, I'm gonna have to switch this. But now we got our lineups. We got flex of 476%. Now we're picking 4 flex guys, so ideally you want it to be 400 for percent, so then it'll be a little closer. But it's going to proportion it out, and it'll be fine. So we don't have to change anything. Here's our minimum salary. I'll put 55,999. So we could take salaries of 56,000 or higher. So sometimes not filling up all your money can be a decent play to get not many people to copy your lineups, because a lot of times you're going to get the lineups where the first prize is broken up between 100 people or so. So I'm just going to run my lineups and let's see what comes out. It should just take a second here. My computer must be slow. It's taking. There we go. Okay. So now it spits it right out onto the CSV file. And I could click export to CSV, but let me look at, here's our actual lineups, and here's a little information about the lineups. See, we got the MVP count. That's just, like here, Cam Newton is on the Patriots. How many people are on the MVP's team? 2. So it's Newton and Harris. So you can switch this up how you want. So I'm going to just put a filter on this. And I just want to check, do I have any spots where I got 3 quarterbacks? No. Here with 3 running backs, tight ends. Do I have any time where there's 2 kickers? Let's see. Do I want these? Let me just take a look at these lineups. Allen, Folk, Bass, Bird, and Newton. So we got 2 quarterbacks, 2 kickers, and a receiver. Do I want these? It's definitely a unique lineup. 58,000. Probably not. Let's see, this one, Newton, Allen, Knox. It could. I'm just going to leave it. But this is how I can go in and change them around. And I can kind of just look through the other lineups too if I want. Put the filter on. Let's see, what ones with 3 running backs. Do I want to adjust this? There's quite a bit of them. Let's see, we got Allen, Myers, White, Moss, Singletary. Do we want to have with Moss and Singletary? It could be. It could be a big running game. And for 5 lineups out of 150, it's fine. I don't play the real expensive tournaments anyways, and this could be good for an expensive tournament if you you can't always play all the chalk anyway. So, all right, I think I'm good to go. I'm going to export this to a CSV file, and now it's ready to upload. So I'm not going to upload it though yet. I'm going to wait a couple hours, see if I hear any more news on these players, and then I'll upload it later. So good luck in your games. And if you want to check out these tools, it's at optimizelineups.com for all my spreadsheet tools. I got all the sports, many different types of tools for each one, and my spreadsheet school at www.spreadsheetschooldfs.com. Let me know if you got any questions. Thanks.